We live drums.
Hello, I'm Gary France, and this video is a continuation on our snare drum set of videos. And in this one, we're going to talk about skins and drum heads and the sticks and implements that we use for playing drums. Now, when we talk about skins, I've always been a big fan of different materials on my drums because it makes them sound a little bit different. And about 30 years on my drum kit, or my drum set, as some people call them, I put calfskin all the way around. And what's involved in doing this? Well, let me give you a quick look. A calfskin basically starts out as a large piece of a vellum or a skin from an animal, and we order these in specific thicknesses or microns. This one is dried out after it was wet or on a drum, but after you soak them in water and you tuck them around the flesh hoop, which I'll show you in a second, you end up with something that might look like this. This is whoa, sorry my friend. This is a calfskin that I had on a set of Adams Philharmonic Light drums, and this is a Super Calfo timpani skin, and you can see it's tucked around the flesh hoop there. What do I mean by a flesh hoop? Well, we start off with just a piece of wood like this, and this is a laminated piece of wood, and you can see that it tapers at the edges here. And we glue this taper together like so, and I use just a PVA wood glue for that, and it goes into a shell and it's dried, and so then you have an actual fully round hoop. The skin is then stretched around the hoop and tucked around the edges. It's tucked in there, it dries on the drum, and you end up with something like these. I tucked this drum skin right here, and this is another one that I've tucked, and they really sound beautiful. Now, you know, using calfskins is fantastic, and it's a great sound, but of course, if you live in a place like Australia where it's a super dry climate, or in some place where there's a lot of humidity, it really can take its toll on your playing. It takes a lot of preparation, and if it's very humid, the skin sags. If it's very hot, it gets tight. So professionals, really, we looked for a long time for a good substitute. And a wonderful man named Remo Belli invented a Mylar drum skin in the late 50s, I think 57 or thereabouts. And they're basically an aluminum or aluminium flesh hoop, which we looked at earlier in our videos, versus a wood one with a Mylar skin placed in the middle of it. And you can have different thicknesses of Mylar. You can have skins with coating on the outside of the skin. You can have them with dampening in them. Any wide variety. We can have them perfectly clear, like so. And of course, they all have a different sound. I'm never going to say that a calfskin sounds more beautiful than a plastic skin. In fact, they sound different. And it's this infinite variety of sounds that make this wonderful tapestry and mosaic of music. And I think that there are different times that I prefer to have a plastic skin or a calfskin, and all are equally valid and needed to make our wonderful musical world. Thank you.
We live drums.